My name's Rowse. I'm 24 years old. I work as a naval architect, and I also do quite a bit of offshore sailing as crew and doing logistics work on various yachts. I've done several of the big offshore races on the east coast of the United States, including 2 Pineapple Cups, Bermuda 1-2, 2 Halifax races, and several local races around the Newport area. I live in Newport, Rhode Island, and I'm racing on a 1997 Romanelli design prototype. It's a fixed keel with 200 liters of water ballast on each side. So for me, this is kind of a career thing, and I hope to move up to a Class 40 and hopefully keep going after that. So that's that. That's where I stand.
My name is Naimark-Rowse. I'm 42. I have my own rigging company in Seattle. Been sailing most of my adult life, actually longer than my adult life. Done a number of races all around North America. The Mini has been my first experience of sailing in Europe, and also my introduction to shorthanded sailing, so it's been a great experience so far. I bought my boat, started buying my boat a year and a half ago, took delivery in April, and have done the spring races here. My boat is a 2008 Nasira design. It will ultimately be a series boat, but presently they've not reached enough to make it a series, so I'll be racing in the prototype class as well. As to where I'll go from here, I'm not sure. I've enjoyed it immensely so far, and we'll see.
Okay, so why the mini class? Why Europe? Is this because there's a lack of this kind of races in the US, or?
There's definitely a lack of this kind of races in the US. Although there are a lot of short-handed races, the divisions will typically draw, in a single-handed or double-hand division, maybe 6 boats. Never with kind of a box rule sort of class like the Mini. I mean, here we have 85 boats doing the Transat, and most of the local races, like the smaller races that I've done, I think the smallest fleet I've raced in since I've been over here in the last 2 seasons was 55 or 56 boats, which, in all racing with no ratings, and a lot of the guys here take it a lot more seriously. It's much more of a full-time career sort of thing, and the structure of the sport, as the government kind of creates ways for sailing to be cheaper and more accessible by individuals, and also the sponsors, because the press side of it is much more for the sport.
Yes. You've done any other transatlantic just for leisure, or the delivery of the boats?
I have not done a transatlantic. I've done passages of around 2,000 miles, so the distance isn't all that much greater, but it will be the first time I sail across the ocean.
No, well, you said your future, you're gonna see, you don't know yet.
Undecided.
Undecided. You just see, you're more career-minded, so you're speaking about Class 40, which is very, very well developed in France and Italy as well.
Yep.
So could that be a springboard eventually later on to bigger?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now the economy is kind of in a tough spot, so the sponsorship situation is harder than it might otherwise be. The good thing about the Class 40 is that it's a pretty big next step, but financially it's not that big. I mean, the cost for a Class 40 campaign is a fraction of what you'd be talking about if you were doing like a 50-foot multi-hull or an open 60. And so it's a very, very logical next step. That being said, the budget is still several $100,000 for 1 year, so it's not like it's such an easy thing to just step into. And so that between doing that and the naval architecture work that I've been doing, I hope to be able to make a pretty successful career out of it.
Yeah. So your boat is, well, a prototype. It's nearly a prototype, whilst yours is a complete prototype.
Yes.
Is there a big difference between the series boats and the prototypes?
There still is. I think the gap is getting smaller, but there is still definitely a gap between the series boats having aluminum masts and having polyester hulls versus a carbon hull for the carbon or more high-tech build for the series or for the prototypes.
Yeah, so in speed, how much difference would that make? Half a knot or not?
I usually think of it somewhere between 5 and 10%.
5 and 10%, yeah. So that would be,
if you think about the Transat, what the lead Pogo 2s probably come in maybe 2.5 days, 3 days after the first series prototype. So 20-day race, it's about 10% difference. I think that's, on a downwind course, I think that's the reactivate.
Okay, so first time to Brazil as well then?
I've been to Brazil before.
So you've had the caipirinha, you know what it is? Chris, you don't know yet. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. I mean, I've been in Bahia, it's absolutely lovely over there. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and
Thank you.
good race to both of you.
Thank you.
Cheers.